said this morning, Wednesday borns are blessed. Right? You see, some showers this morning like that, and the weather is so favorable for us. Anyway, so this morning, like I informed you earlier in the morning, I have with me some guests with the Complementary Education Agency, and I told you they were formerly known as the Non-Formal Education Agency, but then their name have changed. It was in the news some time ago. Their names changed, a new logo, a new mandate, everything new. And so I have the people in charge of this sector in the whole of Volta region in the studio this morning. And I'm talking about Mr. Prince Richard Dada Ado. He is the Acting Regional Director, Complementary Education Agency. And Mr. William Kojo Aheto, he is the Regional Administrative Officer in charge of CEA. And Mr. Bright Kwame Adika, he is the Regional Literacy Officer, CEA. Mrs. Mercy Zode, he is the Regional Human Resource Head, CEA. And of course, our own mommy, none other than Mrs. Olivia Ama Seglanwanya. She is with us here actually in the Angloga District Assembly. So she's here working so hard, putting things together. But then, though he's your Banto and CESM, allo Complementary Education Agency, some anu nyemi katami so stronger fia. Nyemi katami atangwa Davicho. Ma wezo dogana makpakpawala ba mias Complementary Education Agency ya goma. Doko wana chan susuka ta open control, open objective de tarojinu toheke ya la wishifia. Le miapa muganu to ma so far le kenyo opo do now nu kemia pomona ba wa docho opo do now ma nya oga kwatan to le Volta regional afia ko formally. Yeah, he's here. Right, so join us on Facebook, Sandcity TV, on YouTube, Sandcity TV, and you can listen to us anywhere you are, anywhere, even if you are in your bathroom, anywhere. We are streaming on Sandcity Radio online. We are on mytunein.com/Sandcity Radio 889. We are on modernghana.com. We are on Sandcity Radio 889. And on all radio streaming platforms across the globe. So we are closer to you everywhere, even on a date. Right, so let me welcome my guest to the studio this morning so we can kickstart this conversation. Miawezo.
Yo.
Okay, director. Langona mi afi momie homi. Ta miabia mojito ta director. Fika to ta biagamiala.
Volta NOT.
Volta NOT region. Yes. Okay. Miakarajiba mashiyama fonye.
Yes.
Hoto, Jessica to, Hohuito, Lume, Mache, Jolo, Afumo Kata, Ofonye. We have listenership there.
Yes, sir.
Bakarajima Motoro Mami, Lume, India, Mache, Alavanyo, Bando, Amodo Atomi from there. Mommy.
Hello.
Where's on?
Yo.
Va apama. A George Namiba, see it all apama India. Mia, Aso for door now. Mr. Aheto, Mr. Dikakula, Madam Zode. Mia always of apama India.
Thank you.
So, Regional Director Majagoma Plu.
All right.
Mia Jiba Mia Anya Ban. Your objective, CEA.
Okay.
Tarojinu ke ala miashi susuitai ujaba dopo ya hana no miapo Volta nutoma makarajaba la gana kate aka tarojinu ke ala miashi abe dopo ne.
Thank you very much for that wonderful question. In the first place, we want to extend our greetings to your cherished listeners across the globe, because what we have come to see here, you have a nice studio. One of the best. We've been to most of the studios, but this one is a state-of-the-art studio.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Madam Olivia Seglan Wanya. Yes, to the substantive question. Complementary Education Agency was then known as Non-Formal Education.
Yes.
We were given a core mandate then, during the non-formal era, to run a literacy program. That is providing basic literacy and numeracy for our less fortunate ones. When I say the less fortunate ones, those could not get the opportunity to go through the formal educational system. So that was what we were doing then, providing the basic numeracy and literacy without any pathways. We were supposed to just provide them without basic, then they'll be functional. Functioning in terms of the environment. I need not to mention or reinvent what the 7 environment means. That's educational, economic, social, political, legal, all those environments, but without any opportunity for progression. That was what we were doing over the years. So we will extend our sincerest appreciation to the government of the day. The government saw it right and needful that, okay, non-formal education, they've been intervening in the lives of the less fortunate for so many years without any legislative instrument. Okay. So what do? We must formalize their operations by enacting an act. And that act was enacted in 2020, but operationalized or implemented just recently. That's Act 1055 of 2020. So on the 11th of March 2022, recently, we fully transitioned from non-formal to the Complementary Education Agency. Complementary Education Agency is not rubbing shoulders with the formal educational system, but it is geared towards human capital formation or human development. And we know the human resource is the key in the life of every nation. So they gave us a mandate, that's at 1055, with 4 expanded mandates. The National Functional Literacy Program that we were running during the non-formal era was now enhanced. Formerly, it was not enhanced. As I said, I will provide basic numeracy, but now there's a clear pathway for the National Functional Literacy to progress. Then we have complementary basic education, which was then the baby of the formal sector, being run by GS. Then the remedial for both BEC and WASI. Then, of course, occupational skills development. When we talk about occupational skills development, you know, when you look around, the informal sector is being driven by artisans, our peasant farmers, fisher folks, all over. They constitute the majority. Formal sector, like how me and you, we had the opportunity of going through to the highest. It's about 40%. But the major problem is within the informal sector, which constitutes about 60%. So government is saying, should we allow the 60% to go waste, especially with the remedial component? But let me touch on all the 4 tangents one by one so that you get the full import of the interaction. Okay.
But then, before Mommy comes in, I just want to know who qualifies to. Say it in the way what he said. Okay, so let me translate what you just said. Actually, director, no, you want to say it? Okay.
All right.
The objective, Tarojin wana CA, miasi de bama, yeah.
Miedo agbenjina moyokata todo bemi. Abale anyanudala gbena, nyamaga gbena. Miawenya non-formal education division. Nana moyona micha. Daka fifia. Jiruduva wododo de miau. Alaba uwasa. Le miabasa watakpekpema. Alaba sana satron konami. Fifia oyomi ba. Complementary Education Agency. Alaba Complementary Education Agency ma avanami adodashi pada adodashi yokami wanachang hayo mi wanacha ali kaka over Kakidaji Alaba and Ubuga Bedenu, Alaba Numa Madame Director, then I mean Yama. Alaba on the 11th of March, Efajinu Atonli Avaipa the care Minister of Education, though like the Suku Danyao Black Balasronya to come over a Hermiafan Koye Adago. Nami, Alaba Fifia, Omaga Yomiba, non-formal educational. Afisha African Akwamila, Oyomiba Complementary Education Agency. Alaba Doye Eoko Gakokbeda, a Dongnamia, Owema Blong Yamagalaba, Ba. Miapa dog banto emiona miafia nu amachichio amayoka mupo monpokwa da sukuo ya LGPPP alaba fifia amayoka onya devio oyi sukua ochimoji wo ha mienfiago amayoka aba SS nya vafia alaba oda ododokpo amachonu manyo miagbelo da mojio ahia ba ogbo aga hohe niyo manyo wa troshi laonu ogugo aga yi sukwaji plus bo monu popo bu na suoshi hama ha ava trust mi aba dodashi alaba mi aga na mon popo amayo ka ba yo ashinu do wo ha osru ashinu do mototo afopa toto edawowo amama ha monu popo liba mi ana monu popo to mi aji o ha was strong hama ha ta miapa vifia miapa do ho keke nyamaga gbleba akpade wa GS owe wanicha aba remedials owe wanicha ga ka fifia akpama wo ho fa akpade ava kokpe miapa akpade ta fia ba suku danya da shadai alonu so stro fa do na da shadeka mal formal system kwa atras non-formal ka vazu Complementary Education Agency fia wa dodashi ta makaraji ba numa madanya magaza ta ai jiya da manami da karaka na maraku Mr. to happy akoda pia atangi da bagoma
fia ba wonu madama ba machichio kula de vio kamota pomonu popo agada suku dada yevumonu toyamoa wo ala yopa don't he jegbanto yamada no yasam director. Maybe this is the first time somebody is hearing. Before I come to you, Mr. Ahato, for the addition, maybe this is the first time someone is hearing of this. How can one enroll himself or herself onto this program?
Thank you very much. I've been saying always that this woman is very dynamic. The explanation she gave, she covered every blade of grass. Wonderful. As we said, from the beginning, when we were operating as non-formal, we targeted the less fortunate ones, i.e. adults, youth, everybody. So now the National Functional Literacy Program, as it has been enhanced, with a clear pathways from the beginning up to the octave. When I say octave, the highest of the educational ladder. So everybody that has the zeal to further your education, you have the opportunity. You just walk into, we operate from various centers because now government is saying all the 16 administrative capitals, they will be putting up a multi-purpose resource center that we will use as our centers. That one, we know it will be done because it is the will of the government that nobody should be left out in terms of education. So what we have to do, we have started, you see, Madam said we started from non-formal as basic. So the structures are still there. Maybe if the interest is waning down, they are not aware. We want to tell them that go back, come in. Where we're having the classes, they are still there. Even some of the community centers, those days that were not being targeted for the facilitation, we are now trying to make them available. They can work in education at their convenience. You come in, you start from Foundation 1. There's opportunity now for Foundation 1, 2, intermediate, then advanced. That's the pathway for the then basic literacy. It's no more, as I said, it has been enhanced. So you go there, everybody that wants to attain education, go there, and the pathway is there. Then when you come to the remedial, the remedial, I must say, is free, tuition free, because the free SHS, the concept is free, right? From the BC, the registration, everything is free. Yeah. There is a wisdom in that, because human development and the capital that comes with it is very key to every nation's foundation and development. People will not realize the benefit now. In about 4 or 5 years to come, they will realize the essence of the free SHS. And the free SHS, we know with time, every year they churn out over 40,000 students, but some could not progress. Some may not have the opportunity to progress because of maybe 1 or 2 challenges in their subject areas. Because of that, the person will not be able to attain the highest of education. They fall out. But government is saying there's a unique and hidden talent in each and everybody that must be brought to bear in the development of the nation. So government said, okay, Complementary Education Agency. You know, we always say that human capital formation is done on 3 levels: the formal, the informal, and the non-formal. Now the informal and non-formal have become complementary education. So human capital development in this nation now is going to be between the formal and the complementary education agency. All complementary education intervention, all literacy intervention in the field of education, apart from the formal, must come to the complementary education agency. So now the remedial, they can go to any district. We are all over the 2 regions. Or the district, they should go there, identify the literacy officer or the district director there, and register. Where they are compiling a database. When the registration is done, recently we had a stakeholder engagement with Ghana Education Service, the regional directorate, Volta, and it came to light that anywhere they go, the dropouts, those are, I find it difficult using the word dropout. The less fortunate ones, they come to them that, oh, madam, especially we met the girl child education head, I've forgotten the name, but Mr. Vigro, they were the team that we met there. And they said they are now happy because we are collaborating with GES, because there are some technicalities in classroom management. We may not be exposed to it. So before we start the intervention in the remedial, we must get some capacity building from GES, because it's a reason. They have it. We can't take it from them. Okay. So during the engagement, it came to light that such people have been yearning, because they said after Form 3, if you want to go back and rewrite, you must start from Form 2 or Form 1. And some, because of their age and things, they find it difficult. But with Complementary Education Agency, when the intervention is done, you will have access in collaboration with GS and our supervising authority, Ministry of Education, will make sure they are registered. Because now, as it is, we were targeting philanthropists after the registration and the provision of the intervention, then they should register them. But I realize that no, still the free SHS component covers the WASI registration. So when we are done, we'll get in touch with GS and the Ministry of Education to see the way forward in registering our learners. That's for the remedial. It covers both the BCE and the WASI. Okay. Then the complementary basic education, which I earlier said was a baby of GS, and now it has been ceded to us. That one, right, as Madam rightly said, the less fortunate one, the street children, you know, I don't want to use the word kayaye, the porters. Yeah. Their children and the children around the river banks, where there are no formal structures for education. We are to come in now, pick them, provide them with education, there is also a pathway for them. Then when you come to the I've mentioned the traditional national functional literacy, which we were then running, then the complementary basic education, then the remedial, then last occupational skills development. You know, most of these artisans, hairdressers and others, you only provide them with basic literacy. There is no opportunity for progression. But now we've been given the opportunity to provide them after the evaluation, both the formative and the summative, you give them a certificate. So that if the person wants to build upon it, he or she can confidently progress through the system. After all, what are we looking for? The best, the highest of education, so that they'll be meaningful in society.
So that certificate, what certificate is it? What's the NVTI or what certificate is that?
You see, that's what I'm saying. Currently, we are in touch with NACA.
Okay.
In developing curriculum and certificates, because the act just was operationalized just recently on the 11th of March.
Yeah.
We had a stakeholder engagement on the 15th to 17th of March. And most of the civil society organizations that are into literacy intervention, they were all there, sponsored by UNESCO. So they are still developing curriculum and certificates that at the end of the day, whatever certificate that befits that type of training will be awarded. Like the NVTI and others, you know, they are also running some sort of certificate, but they are coming out with our own means of certification.
Okay. Okay. Some of us are now hearing it. Administrator, maybe from the non-formal, when you were called the formal, not the non-formal, to CEA now. The Cholama, by your Sronuya, Gagada Dodoya Tekla Tomode. How has it been?
Yo, Akbe. Majuma Samon Popa Nama Adubene and Yasala Okata. Ba onye tong toy menyeta elava madu tong be.
Mio tong tong
ne agavo kle tong hono ase ame.
Okay.
Once again amajuma aglobe indina medesiade. Akbebe obiebie eva. Because aglobe non-formal education, yike nyamaga aponu 20 year. Eke mile devima mi ono na neyombe hahosuku. Hahosuku a enye nwike minya. Na globa mechichi oposuku amaraka magoma segeno abe na globa hahosuku. Aha gama mi ojilao mon popo suosibe wa awoni. Ma globa legeyi mamma akpobe didi alo nyonyo ade no amio mebe yohon yo ayi suku ike nanyebe o yagle ha o le didi bova fama avayi de suku o trome ewebe mia pe agbalensro nyao le dukome veve to le Volta regional and wo overthrow elabe miame oyike meeting pomon popo de suku ha jirudo pe dodo ye be amechichio ha no ato ha hosuku me ava anyale ke wa anglo ponko a ma aglobe totrokova miapa agbalanya ome ike ama akpena no a ukpogo macho eme ke le fifie me ike nko va tro eye dodasi bubu gaba gede mia sima ma aglobe nyamaga agble hobe enye amagede pe didi amagbogbo ado baglobe the first time ike mi vai wo interview le Volta star yemi denya odegoa kaka mi va do officer amagede o le juji be yava anglonko enanu ike defie koto ebe amagede o le du comme ike mon popo metin su aussi be wa ato suku de mo ke mo e ke government do daranyiwa ole mo de sia de dimbe yo ha at least you are to te pare ne avazu ame ta ai ke government alo jidudu ope mon popo eva to miajia ma global enye jijona amagede amagbogbo a wole dujibe yo ho yo akpogome ikefe menye suku ma alo suku ike minya choblema yekuna de avazu amo ke atanto emo eji ha be ye ha avazu amade echoma ike wonto ha aten ale pen anglo wonko ike wo wasi chacha oklototo ha waten adengo ta magbokwe be ale ike nyonyonyo da amiome le non formare yo a nyonyo ga nyoda miome egbie ha be yo ho yo a onka adesuku ke nyepamaga efo nucho ni ado nguti mejema atwasi oji be jiduduo edrebe le regions or katamba 16 regions or you have to resource center ya opetado junu nyebe ofo nucho OSD ikenya occupational skills development ike nyamaga wamafia oda gomebe ameyo ikedibi astro asinu do vuvuvuvu wa atrino alo wa hel letepemao ta tarujino enyebe resource center ya gamai edasrola ha ame feel be yasro edawowa aten avatepema wa atraining no training voa ema aten aidengo anglo dodokpo one certificate le certificate nanama bia debe certificate kai wana nyamaga do ngube enya ike ogloa ebe ameyo ike design certificate the GES alopa curriculum plus certificate to be awarded ike wana nenyebe mi desu kwa baleke demi do la university onana mi certificate amama kanwe le dodo onde mia ha mia pa akpaji be nenyebe amio over be asro dawo yo srevo yo nglo dodo po a certificate ike jea yo lebe wa akono onye fifie ko mi gede CEA malo Complementary Education Agency emeta fifiafi ole dodo damde etefe be mila mopombe hafi epie na wunua numo kata wa ado eyemia ade afie duko be fifia never to mi ogboa certificate ye hogala na do peye ye edogwa akpo certificate ye ka certificate de gani wako yi. That is the next question. Alo enye biebie ke aga pleda. Ma global non formal cha mi apa certificate yo ike mi na mi apa nusron lawa. Eye malanu fo egbia. Amado ole nya nyonuade. Okay. Elle soga kope secondary school me. Enye cleaner. Mi apa certificate ya ye woza kodido eye wo hwede dome. Ikamila nu fo ngbia ele jidudu ope efe agbanleji dodo mai le non forma ni enti ma ha hosuku ike mi ojila o devaya
fiaba deviner
okay aha deviner ta no mama ken aluma global dodo ma ken jiko zo mi gale fie be onye fifie doda siva sugboa ele be certificate o hanava benenye be amade doa certificate ke na ho atanko akogede do pade
amma opanu sosro de mienu jeje pom lo opanu sosro na
maglobe yes le opanu sosro wo a dokola be amadeva mononu fiem nyonu ade le mia pasuku ade
on ton afiana no okay
ta mononu fiem ya eva alo kemi blona meteno angle into fonko ha meteno angle ano blona ba do ko de suku va se de class 2 yeko yepa ka ke fi ya yepa asichacha plopenu yo a yeva kwe de jesibe LVVB ha ya sronu at least ne anyale ke niyo yike jrana ya yela ya tengo anglo you customer amo va planu banale yebo ya ta anglo ofonko a ple a guy ke lonti ta ai kama vano no fie mia me plateau ABCD numo me abede de numo then we ke the next thing ke mi opode jesi nyebe fifia yento onko a ateun anglo kata ye gboma in fact do kwa be jifofia do for me ogeda evivine kakakaka be ni edin yela fifia ye va kwe ta mala nu fonfia yento anglo na onko no ye agbaflepa ni okata yike ohia bi avafle avajira anglo na okata dagbalaji ple ohoye yike olebe wa enona
duration ka okosron me
mi ape cycle alo year ma globe epede kakwe
okay
cha mia le hahosuku eyoma mi wona jinu blavovodeke 21 month cycle ikefia etona epede kaji almost a farm of akefifia evachi 12 months machoko epede kapepepe ake aleke o design o wo mi afa agbanle wo a webe hafifie na wunu a elebe nusrola ma alo nusrola ma waten anglo nko
aten agbanle ha le miashi ya kona na nusrola o
yes
woko ya pa ma lo sro ni aba textbook na ko mi ga honey back
ma globe adolia okoina apama aba isro
aba workbook okay
adolia o sro ne la sukuo ko kemi ga kwa daranyi
okay workbook a fama here lo do plani
mi apanu ke wo mi la e fa de kemeli amana ke ahel
fa
siade fa
okay
plus sube mon popo onye le jidudo sibe yana amade siade menye wa globe ga kwa anu asio hafi na vasro agbala anyanu ne gamala asio ha o ye gede suku homa a textbook alo agbala yo yikemisro na mi ana free e ikema na nglonura ha mi ana free pencil pla etoto ikata ikeneke na hie na kwa konglonua o ha o kata free
ikawa
fara ke hego
vana basro
ma ko kunyebe na adi wonto yi
okay
na nava na yi de kwa na nava na vanwanyi a maximum of 2 hours mi apa session alo mi apa no sosoro yi yo a gapopo amave yekwe plus sube ameyo yike mi le nu won clear mi aten adru pe yi nenema le amechicho pe akpaji
okay
ta nenema ole ma ta efe khadeke ele emu eta fifie na ba ma de bia a register our ni ada mi apa offices ole regional kata mille keta bale mille mi gofie na fifie le district o kata
okay
mille keta mille fifie mille angloga ha mi a ho office kwa ke angloga to ha ho po office mille denu mille joje mille akachi avedakpa akachi soga kope adidome bato adaklu mille eho mille petwe mille hohwe mille savdai peve mille jolopuita mille jasika mille biakwe mille KJB
mille la fichafi you are everywhere
de siade eta ne enya yida assembly mebe yele Complementary Education Agency to office alo onye fifie nkovata na global non formal education kwa wa sinu kwa akoyi de office be registration alo nkongo pletoto ike bia wo kwa wa awen
right Mr. Dika wenye literacy officer nuke anye miapa mokpokpo ikamie ngogbe yi miapa mokpokpo okay
Maragua fi bisa dikana ahonua biapa no swala onu jeje pom ha majama glo now we have a lot of success stories
okay
amagada ukponu jeje la miapa onu na le kata kla angloga fia na la no swala la miashi ike watana oda sedidi gede manyama kaji ba nyotutu ba ma yo ma de ofon kole moji anya na moyoga ke le mi afa dodo ya fo magba manaba na va fonu pakplio
okay
na anytime ke mi ga literacy zaduga mi akplove studio afia wo fonu na se abale novinya gbele na angloga nyonu adali imada suku po a mi ekple tong so stroma fifia ala angloga nyong via de adom le office la angloga egba office a majiji chogbo la angloga matan fia adom la fi mafia ava yida anseko adogo to mi afon so stroma mada kra fi oklevio gaka to mi afon so stroma eva join the formal system eva adogo secondary school yavudom fia
wow
afon no bubuli mada crowd iha mi ekple tong so stroma odogo to 21 literacy cycle ama ayom baraka ba yakpo ba yanyo choviti gare ma ala ba chane emozon yela huma achi otu na yema yana ba ngonglo de ojio kake fia yakpo ba dugo fan kowe onglo na raji ne do fi ko yakpo yedo duima khama da anaba yakpo ejija na ma ne ya fi shafia yema bubugo
okay
ada sediri gada woli adostron law adostron vio wala katafia usugbo ama o yila university o to mi aponso shoma la university all around us ta ma na o mon popo gbara kagba
okay na ma
ta fia mi ga kakami afa do de eji ta na ma wele ma Maraku
ayo nya doka kereji a luke mi akpomo na chomi abo Mr. Dika.
Let me
director wants to add something. Okay.
Just last year 2021 the annual report that we presented we had a learner strength of 3,203 learners just for last year.
3,303.
Yes, 3,203.
203, okay.
Then, out of that 3,203, one, it is my pride and joy, and another, he's in the police service.
Wow.
Yes. You know, education at their convenience. They come in as, there's this word, excuse me, tabula rasa, nothing in them, but they go with. Amen.
There is something there to be discovered.
I swear you. So our less fortunate one, they shouldn't feel shy. They should come. They should come free of charge. Take opportunity.
Okay.
Yes. That's what I want to add.
Right. Turn the mic to you.
Ni mama kokpere director o etonginyebe complementary. Efiebe na kona na akpere na nanguti ta mio a mi pepem de Ghana Education Service mu eta la mi apani o ma ha na mi cho de viadeo ye open sosro va ekomogia kemi tutu o de formal sector ye kenye GES ke o progress aha ta maglobe numai miewo amado yela omonya na neke kraba like director kle madam oblene kaka to mi anu wa mi gbuglo how aba kindergarten vione to no sosrom of kaka afi opo susuva vu tai ko opo susu vu a mi kpoba ameo a fifie waten agre the formal system aha ke mi tutu ko de school aha ta maglobe numoyenye dodo ke jizo mi le ma akpe
Mr. Dika Nukemi akpomona with an added mandate a dog aje dojenami mi afa mokpokpo cho mi afa do pa gba anyaka.
I'll combine. Thank you for the question.
Okay. I hope you understand the question.
I understand.
Okay.
I'll combine the English and then the Ewe. Well, as you know, from non-formal to complementary education agency, our main objective is simple: to increase the literacy level in the country. That is why we are covering from complementary basic education, occupational skills, and then remedials, and then the already existing national functional literacy. And you know, a high literacy rate is a panacea for economic development. When the literacy rate in the country is high, it is expected that gradually it will build up in economic development. So basically, that is the objective.
So mi akpomo be achonyicho de doya wo miele doyo ga kokpe donamia dumevia wo pe anunyanya menya gbalanyanya de do atangwanye doyi kana sron pe nunya yikana nya awe be gana no kotokwo ma be gana no miade agbana no bobwe makaraji banya dodo miada ika jirudu adato mayo gacho dokpe donami je mi aposhi pale jirudu ma agare madam zondaji you're in charge of HR ama yo no afiam le sukwa de woli lagbo soso mama yen tatala wonwa nu yo hiana de alia wo pajijama bo ho ko jimafa afiam no mawa
akpe medogbe na anyasela okata non formal henye fifia with complementary education agency no fiala ole mi asi wa we mi ona be program assistance ho wa we fiana nu amechiche alo ha ho school over yi ga ke fifia gedeola wo tonu sosron me training wo sronu alebe human resources a ele mi asi alo amo nu fiala o le mi asi amo nye graduate o amo nye master's degree o le za le mi asi ya vovome le nkura
nya be wo to he to he mama aba nu fiala wo na wa hojigbodi na ma o
wa hojigbodi na mo ga keyin still la mi ga le training wo oge
okay
mi aga he wo la begede wo la o menya nu fafia ale o ga ke mi do go play GS to wa wo na ga ka de jimi be ye wa pede mi ahun be ameyo wa te wa pede mi ahun be mi atenu a he o be wa te wa fianu ta avofo mele nkura amole mi asa.
All right, ma biam elabe do hi amada la pema mi anko senfia akpebe do hi yechi yava anosuku homa fia amaika ya tonji de vima ava no lido de ta ba onya ga ho ya mi afia mo lo ho ya kumanyamo ha makare manya ba suku ha ya achimalamu aka do hi de fofo mata ita ma biam ba no fian la wa wutu he mama ba wa hoja la ba atafia ma do alo nglona efia atala pashi ongole na ba ngule fia ga nglogo trogbo na nyama jigbodi mama la shi o considering the person's age ha abadolira mata ina ma biam do aba director jibe akonya da bi
mi ho le go mama pa o don wone pa
okay director jibe akonya da.
As she rightly said that we have the capacity and I earlier on said we are collaborating with GES. Okay. We are doing this in collaboration with GES. That was why we said classroom dynamics. We may not have the full complement of it. So at the initial engagement that we had with GES, they told us they will fashion out a program in respect of maybe capacity workshop training before we enter the classroom for the remedial aspect. But the complementary basic education and the national functional literacy and the other one, we have the skills. As Madam rightly said, we have a staff strength of 202 now for both regions.
Okay.
And the facilitators that she mentioned, we have 111.
Okay.
And 111. 111 facilitators and who are competent. Initially, we were using volunteers. Okay. But now, all the facilitators are GOG paid staff. They are on the GOG salary pay voucher. And some have first degree, diploma, HND. And some master's degree. And even the team that is having this engagement with you, we are highly educated. Excuse my language.
Yes.
Like Madam Wanya, she has a master's in adult education. Me, myself, I have my master's in administration, in higher education. Okay. So we know what we are doing. All the staff here, they have their degrees.
Okay.
Are you getting me? So we work as a team. So there's a full complement of the team. Imagine adult education with my background in education, higher education. We blend together behind the scenes. She will be with you. You see her physically in Keta and Anglogan. But she's part of management.
At the regional level?
Yes.
Okay.
We call her, she spends her own credit to do what Zoom conference and those things. We deliberate over critical issues. Even our coming here. Initially, we were supposed to just move through to Sogakope.
Okay.
But she said no.
The people have to hear
Yes.
the message you are carrying.
The welfare of the people is very dear to her heart. Okay. Especially she and the husband and one unique person, the DC at Angloga, Honorable Seth Yomebu.
Yeah.
I doff out my hat to him.
Okay.
They've been supporting us in all aspects of our deliveries. It's only the good Lord that will bless them.
Sure.
We are human beings. We only go on our knees and pray for their protection. So, madam, you have exhibited to us that you are capable in every aspect of life. God bless you.
Thank you.
All right. So before I come to you, I know my madam. Normally, she wants to take her gratitude from God, not from men. Actually, so when she does something to you and you are saying, "Madam," she will just say, "Oh, it's okay, it's okay." So she wants to receive her reward in heaven. Actually, yes. So when she receives it here, maybe she might miss.
No, they'll add to it more in heaven.
Okay, Director. Any challenges so far?
You know, the challenges may not be peculiar to our division.
Okay.
It cuts across. You know, especially this global crunch and the COVID. It has affected a lot of things. But should we throw our hands in despair? No. We must forge ahead with the little that government is doing. You see, government is assisting, but we are not alone.
Okay.
But it is dear to the heart of government that everybody must be educated, especially for the Dakar Declaration, education for all.
Okay.
We must, it's part of the SDGs 4.
Okay.
And he wants to implement it to its logical conclusion. So the challenges are there. Like I said, when we came, they hosted us. They gave us a place to sleep and food from their own meager means.
Okay.
We don't have it. But she said we should come together with the man. So the challenges, will surmount them as and when we get there. Thank you.
So the challenges, but resilience is needed there. So let me just hear from Mr. Heto, and then Madam will conclude. We are almost coming to the end of the conversation. I don't know if there are some telephone numbers in case somebody wants to inquire more,
yes,
or get some information. So after Mr. Heto's submission, then I'll come to Mrs. Wanya for the wrap up.
Okay.
In over for us. Then maybe she will give us the telephone numbers.
All right.
All right. I call Mr. Patrick. Bia de Madam concerning Amechichu ble developer suku homenano. Be amado no chine na ma global you view ava no suku home plan you meje ma clarify. Nyepa maga gblonya be classroom dynamics. Me train mi a facilitator so alomi hell le moyenu be nenye be open be wanglon ko a amechichi play de view kata ake nana ike le mi wona hafi mi agemi apanu fefie ogomenye be mi wona assessment mi ado ami okpo mi akpo do fo ike odo na no sosro hafi amado oge ta dodo kpo e wo ma e de na fie be amade wo a ta flache kafla omo atankpo e ha adejesio ake amado wo a wolengo ta amema wo a le mi ape hehelma mi na nu fiela onya be melebe na ko amwa meve ya akwa akokpe le suku homo ta alebe na maome plus sube maga avazu ndieje na machichi ube de visuel wavano nkuma kpono aha eta ade ele odena ode aga wa adaude another class wa kpogbo wa me kele category mama wa gbajira no ela be openu fiefia ela be aleke na ahe kindergarten vi chogoma jeje aha ne ma olema hafi ameyo yike ulengwa oha afufu de asa afi afienu ta mi kona hachocho ameve ya kokpena hafi fiena nuo eta mechichi okata yike feel be do mahi wava ko yo akofufu play the view wava no kuma kpona yo a emaila mi no de vovo madala opo susu me eyi na ji ne ma mele ji ge ha ne ma akpe
no ha matro de Mrs. Olivia Ama Seglan wanya wapotanami then mia ahoka hoje shauta dohi dokona garaja dodo amea mia jarom ple Complementary Education Agency to amaro yone be non formal education sector amaroba ha school dohi a miss interview apa taro na mia wofa tanga troy the Sandcity TV la Facebook video of Manoga, you can play it and watch it all over again. It will be on YouTube Sandcity TV, you can watch it all over again. So number do anyi no gana be ya honu makoko ha wana ofa madam na apotanami
Patrick mi da pa de monu papa ya ta indi ya ba mi ava adanu mana adua kuda to try cover non formal education ma ba if ya mi trozu Complementary Education Agency mi apa nkofia yenyema alaba anya gadali mi aglo yakami ta okata glogala yi piamu ta mi agat buwa trova agbo adanu mana duo do hi anya gafode kafa nufo mi agblewu egbato kakani mi je mi agbo konye ba monu popo lina Ghana vida shada ikama po monu popo da suku alo da suku chimoji alo la suku da dama ku hiada kwi ika nu tutu ojiba yawo matanwe o monu popo liazon agavani ba wo gbugbo aga gada ma ahohehe cho mi afa nu strong ya gbo ba ma sha ma nu ika ojiba ya zua watan aga zui machi moji ne o la fa man ganya mo khanu ba magata yi nu so strongi o fa manya mo khanu fa shafe kana khoko na won to na du clip ba ya strong na na kwa da sha de kana be wa mi fa do fa ana mo popo ye nu ka ganyo la nu nya ba la mi fa nu so strong klon fia gada ma fa khamalamu akpa ganto fa khamalamu do mahi nu strong nu da kave on to na ple agbanlao nu yo na hayo na nu ngloga ma ple hayo ka na za akpa ganto a jiru ododo ba mianao famahie ye amayo ka nu afiaga ha wo ha o mana na ka hogala shiu abala remedial class go mamie glona manya ofio nu ba ha subject hay hoyo numa fa da kamaliyo ta anya mon popo gada na aduo kata Ghana godoba mia azan mon popo ya aga tumia fa Ghana duara na tudo kyodo kwa afia ba atu ntomaro ko atu Ghana ha ye mienya ba na adukoika afa agbala nya odangwa du komanya du kweka china daji ye china kabakaba ta mi mo pomba to miafa nu so so ya ojia mi ha mi a o mi atoshinu la Ghana du opa ngogba yima ta mi da pena nya salo kata ba wodo to mi dia ba nye domaga choho ala mi adoma ava da nu mana mi ye mi a apa do hati o mi bodanu dia mi va gbo ha ya na mi abale miafa administrator glena na gada kata assembly ma non formal office la fima na va angloga ha na bia miata assembly amakwa ali assembly da shada la Volta regional kata na ya assembly amakwa na bia miafa office kwa miakpoga la fima nomba e kami ayo na miafa cha landline
landline. Okay. Kenya 030
ano miashi ano office so kata ta mie nana amashama ga ka fia line mo o magala active tututu gada magado mo na manyo mia na wa list of our telephone number ta haya number yo mo yoga onya amount of personal numbers
you
line.
Don't you know you're depending on a fee and you're sure direct to the office man.
What direct over okay na haya fee na yo kota ma yo mi afa regional director acting regional director for number gba na yue kwa na nya fika na yo le kwa agbo no ba haya fee ta afa number.
Yes, attends you know.
Ma kwa afa number nya 024 3182 572 024 3182 572. Inye mi apa do mama ga for number. Ata yo number ma. Aga ata yo mi apa literacy officer for number.
Okay.
020 66 56 773. 020 66 56 773. Mi apa literacy officer tanyema. Alo na yo mi apa regional administrator. Ike 024 381 5231.
Okay.
024 381 5231. Mr. Hato Tayema. Mama kwa bubu ina mi eva de mi avukafu mo.
Na mi atonko amayo pogo mala no sosro ma da cover da shi.
Mi aklove. Aba mi avukafu mo ha klo susuba.
Mo na bia
bia mi adanuma na o. Ta mi mo pombo ma jijua. Mi ga mi adomono mi babaga afia. Maybe me a 1 hour program.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay, Director, please turn the mic to him.
Thank you, wonderful listeners, for having us in your homes, your workplaces, and your wherever you are. To quote one of our illustrious sons, Kofi Annan, he said, "Education is a bridge between misery and hope." Let me re-emphasize. Education is a bridge between misery and hope. So all of us must take advantage of what is happening now.
Sure.
And get educated. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Director. And of course, to add to what Director has said, gone were the days where education was too expensive and not everybody could afford it. But today, education in terms of money is not expensive, but education itself is priceless. So if you feel education is too expensive and you can't make time for it, try ignorance. You'll regret it. Right, so thank you very much for having you in the studio. We're looking forward to meet you some other time, so we go deeper. This one is just surface. We'll go deeper. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you. You are a good host.